Let's go. Do 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 do. All right. Reload. Get shortly, my asshole. Just don't feel like getting the stupid wireless headset running. Got some drink. Okay. Looks like we're having the fun time today. This is going to be sucky, and I know it. And I didn't pop out the stupid TikTok so I can see it. There we go. That way I can see it so I can get started on this. Oh, we're going back to N and O. Ooh, scary. Move the body bending back and forth because why? Yo, what up? Bend the body back and forth because we can't decide on what way we want you to do this model kit. I love it. Still need to get, what is it called? Still need to get decals done. I've been lazy. Busy, lazy, tired, and everything. Have a DJ or an act guy? I do not at the moment. Those ones are way down my list at the moment for Xeon stuff. What the fuck am I looking for? I'm looking for red and dark red. Okay. I actually have some of the biggest kits coming up really, really soon. I have some really massive stuff coming up in the backlog, which is coming up really, really soon. As soon as I get this guy and 3 other kits done, I've got some big projects. I've got to start getting the parts for them bought as soon as possible. Oh, you know it, dude. I've got freaking, what is it called? I have a Sky Defender coming soon. It's supposed to be shipped in May because I'm being very annoying to them because I haven't heard any word on when it's shipping out. They're the main sponsor of the channel so far at the moment. They really don't do too much, but dude, Movi is fucking sick. I'm glad League went to their own standalone shit, not just being on AliExpress. And 10 and N8. Yeah, I can't wait till that kit gets here. It's taking its sweet damn time, but it's fine. I've got plenty to go for. I've got plenty to come in. Plus, I've got plenty of shit to do. I am on hiatus from buying right now because I have spent so much money on model kits, it's not even funny. I'm kind of on the biggest hiatus right now. There's so many I need to still buy. Uh, with buying the Dendro for shits and giggles because I had a shit ton of overtime, and buying the Neo Xeon with my tax return, I'm kind of stupid for spending that near amount of money. Oh, dude, I got a hell of a deal on my Neo Zeon. I got basically retail with all of the stuff I would buy for it. For the amount I paid was basically a retail amount for my Neo Zeon. And yeah, that thing's gonna be insane. Oh, dude, it's so cool. Even though it's a narrative, it's not a red. I don't have red money. And what up, Ajax? I don't have Neo Zeon red money. I'm also kind of bracing. We might see that we might see the PG Sosby come out here in a little bit. It's been teased. I have no idea yet. If it does come out, my wallet is going to die because it's a mandatory buy. We've been teased that it might be coming out, and unfortunately, we cannot say it's just a rumor anymore after getting the PG new. Ooh, that would be hilarious too. I mean, we already had that kind of with the Frosty Cat. The Frosty Cat was kind of a PG Barbados, kind of. It was actually kind of based on a different kit, but it has Barbados like aspects. Oh, and Ajax, you missed me being the dumbest. I get really bad VR sickness. Trying to play Fallout 4 VR was not a good idea last night. But I've already been kind of under the weather as it is. Yes, we've been watching it religiously. We have got 2 episodes left. We're trying not to burn out through it so much. They've got a massive sale on all the Fallout games. I'm like, yes, I will pick up Fallout 4 VR for $12 when it usually runs 70. I like that one. Not my favorite, but I do like it. And I will say this. Boy, did that game make me want to die. I made it out the starting area, and then I was like, I'm going to go puke now. Okay, bye. But the series is actually pretty decent. I'm not hating on it. I do have the big concern, like most people do, with the timeline. But other than that, it's not bad. It could have been so worse. It could have been Halo bad. Oh, I'm guessing the new video is doing good. Dude, I have really bad simulation sickness. I can do just about anything, but when it comes to like FOVs, if they are too fast or VR, I'm fucked. Titanfall 1 really got me bad. Titanfall 2 not as bad with Titanfall 2, but Titanfall 1, I would have to play for 30 minutes, sit the fuck down, and go do something else before I wanted to fall over. That game was so hard on me. Uh, and VR is really bad. I don't know why I spend so much money. Oh, dude, the only live action anime I've even liked so far was when they did the Bleach movie, and Jesus Christ, is that all freaking most of it. Yep. Yep, most of it. Most of it. New video is actually doing well. It's actually getting engagement. Jesus. Oh, yeah. He actually does okay. I wish they would have give him a little bit more time. But the only live action anime I actually have liked was the Bleach one, the Bleach live action movie. They did well for compressing season one into a hour and a half movie. That's the only one I've even liked. Oh, dude, yeah, you're right. They do. We need. I don't know why the geniuses at Bandai are just holding off on everything. It's stupid. But hopefully, with stuff like Iron Toys and some of the other new competitors in the third party scene keep going, we might see some decent shit come out. I'm ready for that Bleach's Bomb. Yes. I couldn't get on the Full Metal Alchemist one. I tried. Yo, what up, done it? Uh, God, what was I thinking? I'm still waiting to see on the Tall Geese repair coming out soon. We haven't got any release notes on that yet. Oh, dude, that would be sick. All the Thunderbolt stuff needs freaking goddamn some third party model kits. I would love if they brought out a Deban freaking goddamn Psycho Zaku. I would so pick it up. I have the hardest time wanting to throw down for that damn thing. It's a lot of money for so much real estate for such a kind of mediocre model kit. Like I could have gone to the store over in the mall. They've got one right now, but they want 120 for it. And it's like it's retail, but so much fucking goddamn real estate that it takes up. Oh, yes. MG Atlas would be sick. Give Atlas a freaking actual chance. I don't know what their fascination with Seed is still. I don't know why they keep trying to push the main Seed timeline. No one gives a shit. No one cares about the main Seed timeline. There are people who try to care about it, but no one cares. I've never seen more of a meh when it comes to our new movie's coming out. Go and watch it, everyone. And everyone going, meh. Where if they would just go ahead and do Seed versus Astray and bring their flagship model, bring their flagship mobile suit actually out of freaking the manga pages, I think they would do fine. I mean, when you look at Stargazer, Stargazer is a side story of freaking Seed, and it does better than Seed's main timeline. I mean, a lot of the UC stuff is all side story. I mean, a lot of the really, really good shit from UC's all freaking goddamn side stories. I will be honest and say the main UC timeline kind of sucks. That'll be interesting. I don't know what they're gonna do with that because I don't know. I don't know why. I know why people like G Gundam, but at the same time, it's okay. They need to start going back to the gritty realism or go the Super Robo route. And not Barbatos realism because that was okay, but at the same time, they had too many plot holes and plot armor. Oh, dude, that like Double O. Double O is kind of super robo. More Double O would be nice too. Like that's the same thing with Seed versus Astray. It's a very super robo manga adaptation of the Seed universe. If you haven't read it, it's a really good read. There is a fan translation. I don't know where if you can find it anymore, but the first entire volume of Seed versus Astray is available. And just adapting that to a movie would be fucking awesome. Or even doing a side OVA would be cool. Because there's so much character growth in that alone, that volume of manga, than in the entirety of Seed. No, 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 I know. No, what I'm saying is like even in the side stories, Donna, is that we just see so much more of them letting go. Like when I went through F91, I didn't think F91 was gonna fucking kick as hard as it did, but I'm like, kind of the end of F91, it's like, um, can I have some more, please? I kind of liked that. It was kind of cool. I really hate when they do these side stories and they hit so fucking hard, and then you're like, okay, but I want more of this. It's like F91, fucking awesome. MSO8, fucking awesome. Freaking War in the Pocket, fucking awesome. I get they can condense the stories, but at the same time, I'd like a little bit more. Like I was saying, Donut, just like I just said, since I didn't see we're on ad break, I just don't get why the side stories have to go so hard and leave you wanting more. Oh yeah, that too. Stargazer, not Stargazer, Stardust Memory. Why did that have to hit so hard? Why did it have to be so good? I just don't get how they can make these amazing side stories, but leave us wanting something more. Yeah, it would be sick. Yeah. I'm just tired of freaking these overly less thought out series that just don't hit as hard. I mean, yeah, IBO was fine. IBO was okay, but it didn't I didn't want more. I was just kind of upset at the end because I was like, well, everyone's dead. Great. Awesome. Loved it. Fuck. Where at the end of like War in the Pocket, it was like, damn, that was cool. What else is gonna happen? MSO8, that was cool. Can we see some more of that kind of gritty realism? F91, that was cool. Can we see more of the F91? Can we develop these characters a little bit more? Stardust, that was cool. Can we get a little bit more? It kind of takes a lot to get me like really excited about uh the story. I mean, I got to get involved. It's got to hit. It's got to hit all those notes of like, okay, I'm excited now. Let's go ahead. Next episode. But lately, all we've been getting is like not the stuff I would want to watch or the stuff that would produce the kind of excitement that I'm looking for out of a Gundam series, which did not entertain me at all. I did not have any real drive to watch it. I just did not have the. It wasn't Gundam for me. The Netflix thing looks okay, but at the same time, it just. I don't know. Doesn't feel like it's going to hit those notes that I'm looking for. I mean, shit. The first Build Fighter series was perfectly like right where it was supposed to be. It was a light, very on its own kind of series that kind of brought back kind of the aspect of interesting themes that were kind of what I was looking for at the time. But then they milked it for too long. And then they went too far with it. Then they stopped making the model kits great. I think that's really what pushed me off is when Build Divers came out and they didn't support the model kits enough that were coming out for it to produce the enough to make it actually interesting. They kind of then just try to push out as much as possible instead of focusing on quality. That's my only issue with what's currently coming out. It's like I just don't see the quality that I was seeing before. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too nitpicky on everything. I need to stop being such a grumpy old fool. But that would kind of also make me a bad consumer. No, I mean like we all were worried about the Fallout series being good. I mean, they could have done so little. They didn't have to actually do what we wanted. They didn't have to wash up ideas. Well, I'm just saying that's a good comparison. It's like we were all scared. I mean, 76 was not the best game, and when it came out, it still isn't the best game. It's the now kind of mediocre game. So it's like, what are they going to do to the TV series? Are they going to make a Halo or are they going to make The Last of Us? Are they going to go too realistic or are they not going to find out how to make The Wasteland translate to film? I mean, it's a really hard genre to go to. Instead, they embrace the ideas. Could have been a little more Fallout in my Fallout TV series, but at the same time, they understood the idea and they stuck to the themes of Fallout and knew exactly how to use the music correctly. What? All this music's everywhere? Yeah, because apparently there's nothing else to do. Why not have your radio on all the damn time? I mean, it's better than the creeping noises of the outside world because everyone who's played Fallout knows that you keep the radio on because, the whole game's kind of creepy all at the same time. And while you're running through a abandoned building with the lights off and knowing that there's probably zombies coming to jump your ass, at least you bop into some great tunes of the 1950s while you're ready to die. Exactly. I mean, that's just the point. It's like they understood. Okay, so that I was actually going to do that wrong. Nice. Getting the correct music to set the tone. A tone is everything for Fallout. Oh, you're not wanting to be a nice fucking frame piece. Why? Do I have to glue you in place because you're being a piece of shit? Okay. I may have to. Mm. There we go. Oh, yeah, exactly. Which is scary because Todd Howard really fucked up 76. 76 was their biggest downfall so far. And them playing to their guns and actually doing it right is actually really still welcoming. Oh, come on. Set up. I have been having problem. This glue is like not doing so well. I don't know what is with this one, but it is not setting very well. I may have to throw it away. See, I've never had this problem with this glue. But this one bottle is not doing too well. Use the other one. Oh, yeah. No, I'm still surprised about it. I'm like, I still am enjoying that series so far, even though we've only got like 2 episodes left for me and her to watch. Yeah, definitely something up with that glue. I bought these at the same time, and this one is not working very well. I don't know what's going on with it, but I may have to throw it away. Like the activation is just like insanely slow. Usually this shit sets up in seconds with freaking plastic. It's weird. Oh, I forgot to do the outsides. Yo. And I've begun working on the PG Zaku. It's worse than I thought. It's worse than I thought. It's worse than I thought. There's so much wrong with that thing. I'm currently working on the arms off stream. I'm getting them ready here in a little bit. As long as I can get the arms and the head fixed, or at least prepped, we'll be fine. I'm trying to find the parts I need for it. Well, all the extra shit I want to do for it. Plus, I need to start getting the LED list going. But it's worse than I thought. It's much worse than I thought. I thought, haha, clean up, haha, easy. I should just be able to take a few parts. No. No, I have to make sure all the screws are installed because none of the screws were installed on the damn thing. I need to go back through and find all the screws because they're in the baggie. Make sure all the working parts are working. I'm actually gluing one of the parts because the guy messed up this one. I'm trying to let it cure as much as possible before I put it back on. Like this one was messed up. Somehow he cut that piece off, and I'm trying to fix it right now. It's gluing and drying at the time. Let that glue cure fully before I put that back on that model. So much worse than I thought it was going to be. Ugh. Luckily, the armor's cleaning up. God, I would go pick it back up, but I put it away. I'd show you how bad it is. I mean, we had... Actually, let me go get a piece. Let me go get a piece real quick. I'll be right back. So I can show you how bad this is. I can't describe how bad this was cut out. Just, I can't describe it. Grab the head. Just for reference of how bad this thing's done. Okay, so we'll zoom down on this thing. Rooma, zoom, zoom, zoom. Can you please focus? Okay, so. Ooh. See, that focus is not wanting to focus. All right, we'll bring it back up here. Oh, you know what? What am I doing? I can just bring my camera down. So dumb. Forget that I can do that. So, let's see if we get this to focus just a little bit. There we go. That's kind of what I'm doing with the arms and on the head. It doesn't even look like they were cut out. They were like ripped out. And that's on everything. I mean, it's not the worst it could be, but it's pretty bad. I have parts that are not even fitting together because they tried to force them together. Uh, because there's, how can I put it? There is gates in the way. With the gates in the way, it doesn't work. I mean, they don't even have the LED actually set up correctly either. I've got to go back through and take that whole head apart. I'm going to be doing a custom eye set for it and everything. It's going to be a fun redo, and I'm probably trashing these, and I'm going to get metal ones. I'm probably going to do black for the power cables. Okay, that's now sat correctly. Thank God. Okay, put that back on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. I kind of hate this LED. There we go. I really hate it sometimes. It's so annoying. Okay. What? I do not understand what it's just. What? I am so confused on what it's trying to tell me to do. One and three, right? One and three. Oh, okay. God, that is so hard to read. Okay, so this is supposed to be now. God damn it. You know what? I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to take it out. Oh, can I not take it back out? Might not be able to. I'm going to leave that out for the time being so I can actually get shit done. Oh, I see. Oh, do you have to have that off to be able to get that out? Lovely. That's not great. Kind of don't like that. Because isn't there back armor that goes on the back of that? Because then that would be kind of shit. Oh, yeah, it tells you to take that off. Oh. Oh, there's not. How interesting. Oh, so that's how they get the quick head change. So, okay, that's fine then. Okay. So you have to take that off, and then you can just take the neck out. Okay. Okay, fine. Fine. Okay. Just so I don't kill that LED before I even get a chance to even display this thing. All right. Cool. So, back to O. That gets rid of all of that. Last bit is all core fighter stuff. Yes, it is. That is all core fighter stuff. So you can be on the desk right now. That shield. So don't want to mess with that yet. That's core fighter. That's the head parts that we're going to be putting on here in a little bit, depending on how much time I have left. All right. You. Where are these going to? On the sides? Ah, more stuff I gotta do. Yo, what up? Team B42 raid, yo. Pretty good so far. Moving a lot faster than I thought it was going to. I've got a lot still left to go, but not doing too bad. Already about halfway done with this. Which is good and kind of bad at the same time. I got to start planning out the next one already. 901, 903. Okay, didn't miss it by much. Doesn't help my audio cues suck. Take forever to freaking go through nowadays because I need to change them up. Those ones are a lot shallower than the other ones were. It's nice. I like that. All right. Keep on getting this shit done. Working on this, I swear. Dark red being so dark is so annoying. Trying to get my lines to hold is a nuisance. Didn't go too far. Yeah, okay, fine. Be annoying. Okay. Okay. Good. Which way does this go? To the backside. Lovely. Oh. Oh, that's kind of stupid. This side one gets little ports that actually can be seen. The other side, no. Love it. Oh, God, that was a bit ago. Still working on the ARC 78-2. PGU. Let's see. Everything else going good. Everything else is going good. It's a nice quiet night. It means I can get a lot of work done tonight. In the last hour that I have to work on this. I'm already hating the new drive for work. It sucks already. I already had to do the 60-mile run from the south to the north side because somebody was having issues and I already had to run all the way across town to go help them. It's going to suck. I have to go. So I live 60 miles from my new area. Luckily, we get paid for driving, but it's a lot. Especially if you have to run from one side of town to the other side of town. And when I've already got my own work and my own. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I still am. It's what's making me my money right now still. And the only thing that sucks is that having a bunch of people who don't know what they're doing and having to kind of sort of not be the in charge of them sucks. It's great when I can solve things over the phone, but when I have to go help someone because they're just not getting the curriculum, just doesn't work. Especially somebody who's getting paid more money than me. Ah. Yep. Every time. It's like I had one who basically didn't even do the diagnostics on his piece of equipment he was working on. I'm like, dude, come on. I figured it out just because of the fact I've had to deal with it all day long. And, well, all the damn time. And it's like, yep, there you go. These new guys are running into the problem of where they don't have to do what I had to do, which was learn how to fix this stuff. We've got most of it figured out, which is great, but at the same time, it does make it so that they don't have the problem solving skills that people like me and the other people who started at the same time as me had. They tend to be more throw parts at it till it works, and that doesn't always work when you have a standard issue that has to be thought. Uh, it has to be adjusted, not fixed. Oh, and I probably don't have the background on. I do not. And the remote just fell. Oh, no, I do have one of the remotes on me. There we go. School of Two Thoughts. Yep. Nah, dude, it's just so terrible just to have. They are TAs, so I can't be too mean about it. They don't know anything still. They're still learning how to basically use their meters. but we're letting them run their entire own areas. My only problem is that it sucks because it means I'm going to have to really be ready for my phone to ring all the damn time. Scary in the fact that I know they're going to break shit, and I know I'm going to have to be Captain Save-A-Ho. I know I'm going to have to be Captain Save-A-Ho. But at the same time, it's like there's nothing I can do. I can't. They were going to have me run 7. 7 is nearly impossible when I'm running, when the furthest one out is almost 40 miles from everybody else. I'm down to 5, which is great. So 5 locations is easier. With the furthest one being 60 miles from me, the closest one being 20. And then 3 that are kind of sporadically close to the 30-mile area, but not really. Well, the 60-mile area. It just means I have to be very firm on how I run my days. Oh, phone calls are every day. I wish I wish I was afraid of my phone ringing. It's just me dreading people having to call me and be like, "Oh, great. What did you do now?" Phone calls are phone calls are part of the job. I'm trying to get my new guys to understand that. Better to call me early than to call me late in the day, because more than likely I'm 2 fingers to the wind already. Rolling down the freeway. The worst part is also these are ones I haven't worked on in years. Well, worked in years. And it's coming in behind people and seeing what's been done and what needs to be done. That's the hard part. Figuring out what I need to do and when and how and getting the just it up into my whole routine. But every time I get back into my I'm gonna getting yelled at over stuff that just didn't happen. Oh, right. Oh, I love it when people try to tell me what's going on, and it's like, that's not how this works. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. My new favorite quotes every day. That's not how that works. I love it. That's not how that works. My favorite thing to say nowadays. That's not how this works. Oh, it does this and this. It's like, that's not how this works. Can you get these early? No, that's not how this works. See, I have to go get things and then I have to order things and then I can get them in. I can't just make them magically appear. You fucking kidding me? Yeah. Didn't actually do what I thought it did. That's good. Pushed all the parts out. Gonna widen that just a tiny little bit. And then I'm gonna squish the body and see if that gets in there. There we go. Much better. Okay, so I gotta widen that one just a tiny little bit and then squish the body. Oh, the body's not, so the hole's not lining up as perfect as it should. The body's got a little bit of give to it. It's due to the whole how everything moves and separates. So I've got to kind of push that in so that body line holds up, lines up better. Over on this pin. This pin's not lining up very well, so I got to squish the body just a tiny little bit so that the whole pin lines up. This whole thing's kind of been that way the whole time. Yeah, this thing builds like a giant real grade, and it has all the nuances of a real grade does, where everything doesn't fit perfect, and you kind of have to deal with the compromise of how it's working. It's not perfect. It's not like the big guy I just did, not like the big giant perfect grade new, where everything had to be in exact order. Everything had to be in exactly the right place because everything has to move and adjust all the right minuscule points to where it has to be perfect. This one's kind of like, if it fits, it fits. Like even the X, yeah, everything was like down to like a nanometer of how I could have it set up. This one's kind of like wonky. Like everything feels weird. The difference with Gundam is that they're like action figures at the most, where Warhammer are static figurines. That's kind of the biggest comparison. So like this actually has like an entire inner frame and moving parts compared to some of the Warhammer figurines, which are just figures. I know people do make their own movable items. They do really cool shit with them. That's the biggest difference between these. Some of the Titans I've seen people do are insane. Yeah, see that one? That pin is not lined up at all. That pin was not lined up at all. Because the body was separating. Neat. Nice. Yeah, I want to do that. I just cannot afford Warhammer. I need to get a 3D printer at some point so I can. I always love the little magnets and being able to swap out weapons. Because loadouts do matter in friggin' Warhammer like crazy. Unless you're an orc and it's just how much can he carry? Oh, yes. I need to get a resin printer at some point. I just don't have the room for it. Maybe if I get rid of my FDM, I can put one up at some point. Okay, so that's good. Yep, all the O1 runners are gone. Thank you for reminding me. Cool. Got that. Oh, now we're putting the back armor on. Nice. So back to N. Six and 9. The hardest part about Gundam is getting used to the whole build aspect. And getting around their nuancy, kind of how everything's always different. There are things that have similar proportions, but everything's always somewhat different. And I've got a gigantic one, hombre, that is going to be insane. Uh, well, yeah, bacon. I have a gigantic one I'm going to be doing. It's the max height of it, I think, is. God, what is the height of the freaking Neo Zeon? God, I swear it's like 2.5. Let me check. I never remember the max height of the Neo Zeon. The phone. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of notifications. I haven't had a lot of that in a long time. $87 centimeters. Ah, it's 2 feet 10 inches tall. It's 2 feet 10 inches tall. It's one of the largest model kits I can get. I think the length of this stupid dendro is actually, I think the dendro is actually longer, but not wide as tall. Those are two massive kits that I've picked up because I'm dumb and have way too much money to spend and not spending it on bills because I'm a dumb millennial who wants to rebuy his childhood because I'm never getting rich enough to buy a house because I didn't get into money until later on in life. So I'm trying to rebuy my happiness by spending it on plastic model kits. And as sad as that sounds, I'm having way more fun than those people who don't get to spend their money. I may be going slowly insane. With how big it is, it could easily. I could fit some bottle rockets in it. I'm going to be doing full wiring harnesses on them, and it's going to be insane. I may be going slowly insane over time, but at least I'm having fun while I do it. It's what I keep telling myself. It's how I'm able to sleep at night. I could probably fit Nerf guns into it with how big the arms are. If I was really clever, I could probably fit actual Nerf gun components into that if I actually tried. That's how big some of the how big the arms are. I mean, I have two massive parts. Oh man, let me just show you the perspective on how big this thing is. I'll just go grab the back plate, and it's a plate. I keep moving it because it's the best reference piece. It's gonna be a pain to detail. Ugh. So, yeah, there we go. There enough. That's the rear skirting for the damn thing. So the arms are gigantic on the thing. I'm surprised at how little parts it takes to big. Yeah, so that's just the rear back plate to the actual model kit. So thinking of how big this thing's going to be, I mean, how big the actual pegs are for it, like there are pegs that are large enough to go onto that. This thing's massive, and the wiring harness is going to be so easy to work in. I've worked with massive model kits before. My 148 is gigantic and was easy to work in. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Oh, I'm just going to be doing just, what is it called? Since I don't do a lot of painting and stuff, because I'm terrible at that stuff, and painting that would be a nightmare. Just going to be doing the detail, basically like what I'm doing with this one, panel lining. I've got custom decals for it, some really expensive ones that are considered actually ultra hard to get a hold of. The manufacturer only makes a certain number of decals for items like this, and then they don't ever come back up again. It'll be a beautiful straight build with decaling. Oh, dude, the wiring is already getting pretty complex. Right now, I've already totaled, I think it's looking at about 90 to 100 LEDs that have to be hand laid. It's also then kind of trying to get them the way I need them to be. Which 90 to 100 is not too bad. I've done 200 plus on stuff. May need 2 power supplies. I gotta figure that out. More than likely, I can onboard the power supplies with how massive it will be. The idea is more just having it. How many sheets of the diagram? It's really not that much. It's really not that. Oh, how many sheets of my diagram? Not gonna be that big. It's gonna be mostly just organizing. It should be only like 1 sheet. if its own book. Yeah, right. Nah, simple wiring diagram, nothing too overly complex. At most, it's more of keeping everything straight. You guys are giving me way too much credit than what I need. I do. I solder them in. They are pre-soldered tiny little micro LEDs. I can actually pull them back out. I got a bunch of them. So, I got to go through what I already have and see what I have on hand. So, let's see. Those are golds. Yeah. So, very teeny tiny LEDs that are pre-soldered and ready to go. I got to see if this guy's still even in business. But I'm probably also going to be getting some from a different supplier as well. These are ultra brights. Something like Big Boy back behind me. God. Can you please go... There we go. It's better. Like the unicorn behind me, that one was all hand littered. Was all hand soldered. That one took forever. Oh, I love how you're more visible now than you were 2 seconds ago, unicorn. That one was a little bit more difficult because I did hand solder most of that, but it was also a pre-made setup, so I was able to get all the, it's all of a frequency-based LED setup, which was easy enough to get in once I learned how everything worked and what fucking voltages I could use. That was fun learning. This one's going to be, I'm probably going to be using some Daniel design stuff. Most mine are always USB or they have a power supply. It's always easier that way. Batteries don't always work out very well for my setups. My setups draw too much power, and batteries usually don't last very long. That guy draws like 2.5 amps. So he needs his power supply is actually fairly large. It's actually the one that came with that setup. And some of the other ones, like some of the bus behind me, they all have like a 2.5 amp draw to an amp and a half draw. So standard batteries can't work. They don't have near the milliamp hours to sustain them for very long. Like this guy has his own LED setup. I don't have to do anything really to this. I could have done some custom stuff to it, but in the long run, this one's not really worth doing that to. And after the last tall geese I did had issues, I've been actually kind of out of the solder game for a little while. It really set me back, and I've been doing a lot of snap stuff that I've got the next two being kind of really super customs coming up. And then moving into the giant kits after that. So soldering's coming back. It's just it took me about a year of just I needed a bit of time off. 3 months of work, over 200 hours of work on the Tall Geese 3. And I lost like 70 hours worth of work because I had some LEDs short out and completely break. And it really got me down because I was like, oh, man. It was at the last hour or two that I did it. I fixed the eyes, but I couldn't fix the verniers because I shorted them completely to dead. There was no going back on that. And I blame it all on my solder. My solder was not the good solder I usually use. It was just a regular lead solder. I usually use a tin solder. Well, a tin silver solder. That has a multi a multi-flux core, way better for soldering. And yeah, I've been using some crappy solder that just did not work real well. Oh, it did, dude. I mean, after losing 60 hours worth of work and having to redo the head LED, which was perfect, I tested it. It was perfect before I freaking wired it up and shorted it out. After I had that major power short inside the chest, that I don't even know how that happened. And then having the LED be too bright now because it got messed up after I'd spent so much time fixing the LED. It was such a downer. When I put that much time into to model kits and then have that much time wasted, it just kind of got me down for a little while. Not afraid to do it. And then it's also the cost. Like that was around like $20-$30 worth of cost in there around my time, and then also the cost of the LEDs was such a bummer. Plus, then it also got me to go through the backlog and oh yeah, yeah, I feel that. But it also got me to go through. I had a lot of kits stacking up. I had how many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8, 9. I had 9 kits stacked up on Zoids, and then I had the. I didn't have nearly as many before. Before I started doing that, but then I had about 3 perfect grades stacked up behind that. Trying to get rid of all the big stuff, cut down on the backlog a little bit. It's kind of been the goal, but I keep adding more shit to it. I got rid of 10, added 20. Oh yeah, you missed when we were doing Death Stinger and Gojulus. Let's see if I can see if Gojulus. Can I show off Goji Boy? Yeah, there we go. Big boy Gojulus sitting back behind there. That was a massive kit. That one took like 3 months, 3 or 4 months to work on, because it had like 2,000 or 3,000 parts to it. I'm not moving him. He's fucking 20 pounds of. I don't want to pick him up. The longest build, the longest non-custom build was freaking Perfect Grade New. That was 4 months. My overall longest build custom-wise took 6 months and over 250 hours to work on, and that was the master grade new Verka, which also had a Daban expanding funnel set and the Rage Nucleon backpack. It's also one of the worst model kits I've ever worked on. The bootleg add-ons were actually way better than the model kit. That thing took 6 months, was 83 LEDs hand soldered in, and I had so much of a trouble getting that thing finalized at the very end. It tried to do what the Unicorn did, but it was a very early version of it, and it was terrible. I had these little tiny slivers of polycarbonate plastic that I had to insert into the frame because that's supposed to be the cycle frame pieces. And the problem was they would break. Like you would just look at them and they would break. I had so many of them that broke, and they were so tedious to put in. The wiring wasn't too bad, but it was just the most frustratingly tedious kit I've ever worked on. Tons of issues on getting it assembled at the very end. The worst part being I had to remove an armor panel to even get the backpack onto it because it just did. I couldn't get enough space. Oh, dude, you should try. LEDs aren't bad. It just takes some time to get used to and figuring out how to get them to work. I have a system nowadays that works perfect, and why am I doing that? I need a Q-tip. The most fun kit I'm going to be working on is the Unicorn Perfect Grade is going to be coming up after the Zaku 2. And it's getting a full custom lighting kit from Cosmos. I only went with them because it was going to cost me way more to go with my own custom one that I was thinking of doing than just going with a Cosmos kit, and it was in stock. So I was like, and it was on sale. I was like, and we're going to pick that up. Because why the hell not? Okay, now it's telling me to take the head off, which we already did. Yeah, we already got that. Everything is flush as it should be. I kind of want to work on the head stuff later, or do I want to just do it now? It looks like it's not that many parts. Okay, fine. So we're supposed to take off the back plate. And then remove the neck portion. Which puts me at G and H. H. What the fuck is H? Fuck is H? Oh, it's the other multicolored. Okay. Like I know G, but what the fuck is H? Oh, it doesn't just say yellow. Oh, let's see. Started it, left it unbuilt, untouched 4 to 5 months. Ooh. Would that be the what is it called? The Unicorn Extreme? The one you will not go back and touch. Yeah, I guessed right. I I don't doubt you on not wanting to finish that. Oh, the full mechanic. Ah. I was going to say the Unicorn Extreme. I know you started that. Never finished that one. Just due to how bad that wiring harness was for that thing. Ah, the Calamity. I still need to get that. I want to get all the seed kind of side kits. I know they're not the most desirable kits, but I'm not too worried about that. Ah. Nah, dude, I don't fault you on wanting to not finish it. I'm glad you just didn't mess it up like, well, or had a tear like a lot of people do. Too many people I see work on that freaking on that one on the MGEX freaking unicorn, and then oh yeah, I tore the LED freaking goddamn, or it folded wrong, and now Only half the LEDs light up. Makes it pretty. Ah, yeah. You want freaking Cosmos to do it for you. Hell yeah, dude. I don't blame you. I wouldn't doubt they make one. I mean, they've done one for every single one of them. They've done everything so far. I was surprised they brought out an Exia. That was another one I made a joke about where I was like, I was joking that I wanted an Exia freaking goddamn Cosmos kit. You know, I could chase those lines out and make that a lot easier. I could. Let me see if I can chase those lines out. Got that one pretty good. Uh, Not too bad. And then over here. I did not clean up that apparently. This one's had some really soft body lines. Like, I am so surprised on how soft some of these body lines have been. I'm actually having to do some scribing to help fix these body lines a bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Gramps needs a little bit of an upkeep on his looks. I mean, the legs had some really soft body lines. Luckily, I did get a decent amount of freaking scribing in onto it. And I'm not really one for scribing. Like, I'm not going to sit there and do all that usually because, yeah, you can do a lot with it. Scribing's what a lot of people will do. But unless it's like something really important, I'm not usually going to do scribing. But on something like that, I mean, they were so faint, I couldn't even get them to hold the line. It's like, jeez. Now you usually have no problem having something hold its line. All right. We'll finish up this head. We'll finish up this last part, and then I'll be out for the night. Yeah, I know. I hear you, dude. I'm going to finish up this last part, and then I'm out for the night myself, too. last piece, and then I am out for the night. All right, cool, awesome. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna put that back on the model. All right, not bad. That's exactly how I thought this was gonna go, basically. And we're gonna do blackout painting on some of that other stuff. Helpful. But looks good so far. I mean, we still got a lot left to go on those ones. They've still got a lot of armor that's got to go on. But that's all the time I've got for tonight. I got to get going. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time. Thank you, and bye-bye.